defense option here, but they're still dealing with, like, you know, Chovy on that layer. Gen.G gave themselves that Jin to help solve some of the range issues. I think both teams fared okay in this. Side lanes, and if Zeus finds an opportunity to get prior, if they push the wave in, it's so easy to dive anyone in the side lanes, just slam them into the wall under the turret, so the team does need to be a little bit concerned about that.
Ruler gonna burn his cleanse already. Tons of damage going into him, and even the flash forward! Auto gets it done, and Viper and Delight just outplay Ruler.
The second he goes for the
into a
flourish.
best of 5, not a good omen.
Yeah, you don't feel great about that. Now trying to push in, but Peanut is there. Peanut, again, I talk about those pressure points he's always looking for. Now Ruler flashless, he is in big trouble.
Yeah, Ruler's just dead. There's no way to get out of this one, and they're just trying to keep Duro around as well. They're going to give this kill over to Viper, and now Duro is going to flash away. So they get another kill on a Ruler, and the flash from Duro. This bottom lane is
in favor of Canyon. We did see that moment earlier where Canyon, well, there was when we last looked at it, he was like a few camps ahead. Not anymore, apparently.
Well, it's not Old Rel, so not going to be able to take the Dragon away, but they are keeping Canyon around, and they do get his flash.
I think getting anything else there wasn't really going to be possible. Just see a rotation over from Zeus, by the way, here, as they look to collapse potentially.
Yeah, they're kind of up against the wall. That Hex Flash, very confusing. Chovy in a lot of trouble. He will flash out, though, and now it's just Duro who looks to be going down. The question is who gets the kill. It will be Zeka. So now your bottom lane is in shambles. Duro dies once.
Because there's just no prio whatsoever for Gen.G. Canyon going for a long wraparound here, but has seen so much.
Yeah, we got Needles into Zeus, who's just going to try to shield and run away. And he takes about 20% of his health.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
I feel like maybe that was just to secure some pressure so he could back up Canyon.
Mountain Soul.
Yeah, Zeus is going to...
One step ahead. Look at all the vision Gen.G have, and still Delight reads the play, comes up here, knows Duro is missing and can now defend, but Chovy...
Can Delight save his top laner? Delight's going to take a ton of damage, but he's still Rel, and he's able to just hop away. Canyon wasn't here. It was kind of like a broken up one of a dive. As meanwhile, Peanut's taking a free turret in the bottom lane.
It's a strength.
Oh, man. Hanwha Life are just owning everything in this early game in game number 1. And in the last couple of best of 5s that we had in big series in the summer final last year and in LCK Cup, Hanwha Life Esports won those best of 5s, and they won game 1, importantly. So with this massive lead, you could see that maybe happening.
As we might be seeing right now.
Speak of the devil. We have Duro on the gank here, and they know that he's in the bush. Zeus about to figure this out. And he just flashes over the wall, but that is a Nautilus with his own flash. Does not have depth charge, though. Gonna ult the wave, and it's just a 1v2 here. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they absolutely do. So Keen looking to extend his lead with some help from Duro.
It's the fact that they have things like the Gwen, like the Talia. The main way where I can see them really getting back in this game is if when they're approaching team fights, they can find a big flank angle. You want your Gwen to be strong. To do that, they did get that kill under the Gwen. They did get that tower taken down as well.
Yeah, Gen.G going to be looking for it, but again,
TP.
Let's see how this one is going to go, as that is a big flick on Azeka, who also just throws his ult out somewhat reflexively, and now HLE, they're going to look for Duro actually on the left side here, might be able to get him. The Rumble ult does come down, and he's just trying to zone, but meanwhile, Delight goes in, and they're doing this all without Zeka, who is now looking to TP, and this fight is going to go to Peanut, who does pick up that first Mountain Drake for the side of HLE. As now Zeka's here and Gen.G are between a rock and a hard place. Zeka is going to get knocked up. They're trying to go in onto this one and get a trade in Canyon with the help of Ruler. And now Gen.G are turning this fight around. They lost the Drake, but at least they got a bunch of kills on the backside.
Clutch fights like this are the only way Gen.G can get back into the game.
And you can tell they were a little bit rushed in how that fight ended up panning out. So
defensive turns, but Peanut is going to look for a gank here. Chovy way up in the lane.
Yeah, Chovy thought he was safe. Let's see if he can wall away on time. Looks like the answer's no, as Peanut's on top of him, but Zeus is very far away. Chovy just going to flash out of this one, as now he goes for the wall, but that's a Poppy. You can't get away from the Poppy by using your wall. And Peanut sits him down. Meanwhile, though, Gen.G are going to go for this Otacon. They say, well, you committed heavily to the top side of the map. So who wins this fight?
Look at Viper, look at Viper. They're getting shredded. If he lands a piercing arrow, it would do so much damage.
Well, let's see what happens on this fight. A lot of damage already coming out here from Zeka as the smite will be 100% to the side of Gen.G. And now the TP exists, just dies immediately. And they turn on a Delight as well. A big sweep here from Viper. It's alone. The damage doesn't go through. And it's only Viper that can get this one done. And it looks like Duro will have to be sacrificed once again. But already the Otacon was picked up by Gen.G. And they got a couple of kills on the backside of that one.
Here, you know, it ends up being a wash, but Viper is so fed, and then Peanut here over the wall, pulling Duro back in to give him a second kill, ends up kind of saving it. But like you said, small lead for Genji. Now, advantage Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens on this one. We got the Rumble Ultimate this time, but it's just going to go the way of Gen.G. HLE not in position to fight on that one. They were not set up as you were saying they had to be off.
I think on that Otacon fight, I think if HLE had played it more about the fight, I think they definitely could have taken a lot more members of Gen.G down, but Gen.G get the Otacon, they get the
extensions happen. You know, Hanwha criticized all year for taking big leads and kind of playing with their food a little bit. This is Gen.G. You can't do that against this team or you will lose your lead. As Peanut's going aggressive, Rel showing up here too. Keen in some trouble. TP.
Yeah, TP's coming in. I think with the three of them, they should be able to get this one down. The Gwen can shred a bit more through the Poppy compared to other champs, but eventually you're not going to win a 1v3, and that will be Keen going down. Doesn't even use his exhaust. He knew he was dead.
It's just crazy how
we're heralding them for on the Dragon.
Well, they're going to force Peanut to come over. And
they'll be on the flank.
Gen.G will be the ones that are in position on an objective.
Wait, they have
Actually,
the wall.
like this, the wall does come down, and the damage, it's not quite there at the same time, and now Duro's going to get caught in the front. Gen.G kind of scrambling here, taking a bunch of damage. Now Delight going in, looking for the engagement. He gets blown up. But meanwhile, Canyon now, Zeus flashes over the wall. He's going to trade 1-for-1, but Duro is down as he does get taken out here. The chase here onto Keen. Looks like he is just going to TP away, though. So Hanwha Life Esports, they do win the fight. It's a 2-for-2, but you can see the health bar is a bit healthier here for Hanwha. And they also get that TP out of Keen.
I mean, it's a Jin comp. You know, you just don't really have great damage. As Chovy may be caught.
He does have his flash, and he's actually just able to walk it off. But bit of damage is
bit of the edge. But I think having jungler means you're gonna be able to secure that Dragon.
Yeah, and there's a ward on the Baron pit here for Hanwha.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Ultimately, it's a big win for Hanwha Life. But if anyone else had been there, it could have been worse for Ruler. So that's, I think, the bigger concern rather than what really happened here.
Well, looking for Peanut, I suppose, and they might just be able to get him. He's caught out as the angle from Chovy locks him in, and they get another kill here for the Gwen. Gen.G now with the man advantage and no jungler. They should be looking to start this Baron.
Yeah, Roseus does have Equalizer here, and Empress divides up for Zeka. It's a Jin comp, but there's a Gwen on this Baron.
Look at the Baron.
Close.
Oh. The Varus poke is so deadly around this Baron, though, but Viper did miss that first Q.
It's 5v4. Duro does get pretty low. The Equalizer only going to hit Chovy, and they're keeping this Baron least. I think Gen.G are in a good spot here. Zeka and Viper trying their best to do the damage, but now even Zeus is taking a ton, as now the engage does come in from Delight, but he goes down immediately, and Canyon's not even looking at the fight. He just wants the objective, as he will get it. And now Ruler alongside of Chovy. So many low health bars, and in goes Canyon. They will look to clean up the fight. Viper is all alone by himself in a 1v3, flashes forward to try to score the win, but he will not be able to, and it's a triple kill to Chovy.
So Genji played that beautifully because I know there's no jungler. It's the onus is on HLE to try to force the fight, and they just played super defensively while also managing to hold that Baron aggro to take it down.
Yeah. Did you see Chovy's items? He's got a Magize in this game and a death cap. Now Keen, what's going on here? He goes in by himself, and Gen.G are like, wait, what was that? And now, this is potentially Mountain Soul for Hanwha Life Esports.
And a lot of this Baron is being wasted by the fact that they're fighting over this Dragon right now, not getting any pressure with it. This is a rough time here for Gen.G.
Gen.G want to go for the fight, actually. They're going to open up as that ult is not going to hit here from Peanut. He's taking a ton of damage. In goes Canyon. Peanut's dead! And that means the smite is easy for Canyon. They get the jungler, and HLE do not commit to the fight, and they get punished for it.
Just a crazy turnaround from Gen.G to lose your top laner outright at the start of the fight, and we see Ruler just stands on an Equalizer ulting. He's like, I'm committing to the bit.
The piece. But Gen.G, the scoreboard looks similar, but when you look at the gold, when we look at the map control, it's definitely Gen.G's game to lose.
Oh boy, Delight just gonna get caught out here, and this has been happening all game. Not to Delight specifically, but to many different players just getting picked off
back from a very rough early laning phase.
Chovy looking for a cutoff here. No vision on him right now. As the wave comes in, they will see him.
Trying to go for something, but look at the damage that they do to Peanut, and he snipes him from miles away. And Peanut can't even get out of there with his life intact. We talked about the Poppy and the Mountain Soul and everything, but he just looks like...
I don't know, there's just no follow-up. As you can see, Genji can kind of see everything except Delight, but they know where he is.
Wall's going to come down. They just want to secure this inhibitor. They're going to get the turret. Yep, siege wall. Do they commit to the inhibitor? Looks like no. But they're just... They will come back.
Get to see Keen's point of view. And it was the last... needle.
With a little deadly flourish, but yeah, you don't get the kill, but you get Zeus out of the fight. And that's going to mean more pressure here from Gen.G right before this Baron spawns.
Baron,
the inner turret.
Baron is spawning, but so is the Dragon here. And
so much space
they
have so much damage. It's incredible the amount of damage they have on this Baron. It's going to force them over. Duro trying to hook his way away from this one. The wall comes down. The Poppy ult not going to hit. It's now Delight trying to force the fight here. Duro is pretty low. And actually a decent angle here. Canyon getting pretty low himself. Keen is by himself as well. HLE might have found the one angle to win the fight, but Chovy's still alive. Ruler sniping from very far away. Looks pretty good still for HLE, even though Chovy is chomping them down with huge amounts of damage.
You can see Duro focused down here. The ult doesn't connect, but Ruler has to back away so far. Ruler and Chovy get zoned so heavily by Delight and Zeus here. And Ruler does ult here, but he's not really able to do too much.
Once they clear that, Hanwha Life can just do anything, and Gen.G will have to really sweat it out. Like, are they doing Baron? Can we go over and contest? Or are they going to engage on us? Keen on a flank angle here. The shields really come into play as they clash in neutral. The range advantage as well makes it so difficult to dent Hanwha Life.
You have a ridiculous amount of Baron damage here for HLE with almost full build Azir and Rumble. And even the Varus, even though he is lethality, can do a decent amount. Now Keen just gonna start attacking Delight, who's taken so much, and he's gone! He's just out of the fight, just like that, as Chovy getting pretty low. Zeus gonna flash on in, but Chovy's got his Zhonya's, and he will be able to survive there. Takes a bit of damage. But right now we've got Delight who is down. Chovy gets the pick again! You will not stop this man! And that is going to be 25 stacks for the Taliyah.
But Viper's still full health, and
Peanut can look for the steal.
He has flash.
This could be big.
It's 5v3, and it's really just going to come down to Peanut and see if he can get in there. The damage is being done by Keen, though. He's running Viper down, and that's going to zone Peanut away as well, who is being shredded and has to flash the wall. That's going to be Baron over to Gen.G. Very nicely handled.
So well played there by Keen.
You see that cannon getting to work on the turret. And now we got a bit of damage into Duro. He is going to hook away. And at least on the life, they're keeping them out of this one for now, but the wall is going to come down, and the Poppy ult knocks away the Xin Zhao. But Peanut, he puts himself in such a bad spot, and Keen will live for now, but he gets poked down by the Rumble and the Azir, so he's out of the fight himself. Duro pretty low at the same time.
Clearing this wave here, as Gen.G did not get that inhibitor.
All right, Chovy, he is just, look at the damage on this Taliyah, it's insanity. And now Canyon is frontlining for the team. You got a zoning Jin ult at the same time. Nobody's able to follow up on this one. Zeus getting incredibly low, and he will be taken out. Nothing that Viper can do. And that will be this mid inhibitor going down at least.
The big thing is, though, look at the death timer on Zeus. Elder spawning in 30. I'm not sure they can end right now.
Canyon, he just walks in.
This could change things.
Up dies, and now they got to go for the fight here. Duro, look at a sacrifice for the team, but Canyon goes down, and that might just be a bit too much for Chovy and Ruler. They are incredibly fed in this game.
I mean, Viper has a huge role to play here in this one now. He has one death. He's only died one time in this game.
They're trying to buy as much time as possible.
It's going to be tricky. Remember, Zeka has TP as well here.
Oh, TP in a mid.
They're going to actually look to try to collapse on this.
Oh, that's crazy.
They say, okay, you want to take the Elder? Take the Elder. They don't care about the Elder.
Hanwha may have to just back here. They have enough wave because there's no big wave in the main base.
Well, they only got 2 inhibitors. I don't know.
Wait, I think this is fine. So they back away. The Elder's gone. But with
Chovy doesn't have ult. I thought he was going to look for a wall there.
Yeah, mid hit 2. That'll go pretty quickly.
Zeka's going in there. He's going to do a ton to Chovy, who has to flash. They got the equalizer until they got in. Chovy is down. And they've got a cannon minion here too, HLE. How far do you want to push it? They're looking for the inhibitor.
Well, I guess they can't neutralize that.
No, I don't think so. Bit of a greedy play from Chovy. He is punished.
All All right, Jane's gonna go down. Look at the damage from the Azir and the Varus.
Now there's no wave here just
With
yet, but
the
another
Elder.
one's coming. And I don't know, with 45 seconds until Chovy respawns, I think Hanwha should be able to end here.
They don't have that same wave clear. They gotta stack up.
They're gonna block it.
They gotta stack up and keep the minions alive, and HLE are gonna do exactly that. We got the peanut ult, not gonna hit anything. Keen, desperate to try to stop the minions from hitting the base. He will go down, but HLE, they wanna end the game right here. And right now, they get a kill out to Canyon. They get a kill out to the turrets, and HLE are gonna make it happen in game one.
They have such a track record